Have you ever wanted to play some video games, but nothing seems to be doing it? Modern games don't invoke that same feeling, and the old classics also fail to inspire. Well, if you can relate, know that I've been there too. Quite often, unfortunately. And it got me thinking, a sad thought I don't want to believe, but do I even enjoy video games anymore? And I mean truly enjoy them, for their own sake. I still play video games. I play Guild Wars 2 every day. But how much of that is just habit? Skinner box type mind tricks to keep me in the game. If I wasn't already 10 years invested, would I still play? Why do more modern games seem so uninteresting to me? With these questions in mind, I decided there was only one course of action: to go back to the start, to replay all the big key games that left an impression on me, starting as far back as I can remember, and working my way to modern day to see if I can reignite my love of video games. I've dubbed this exercise Chasing Nostalgia.
Genesis and Super NES.
The animation gives you a
Real cartoon feel. On Super NES, play Buster Bust Loose, Spin Kick and Mad Dash through 11 toony levels. Sound great? On Sega Genesis, play Buster's Hidden Treasure, an island adventure.
to find the fortune before
Montana Max.
play a tune on Sega Genesis or Super NES.
What are you looking at? Get your own games.
I remember watching old cartoons as a kid, like most people do, back before I got into anime when I was still a very young lad. I remember shows like Freakazoid, Animaniacs, and, for the purpose of this video, Tiny Toon Adventures. If you never heard of it, then how did you find me? It was a cartoon that takes place in the Looney Tunes world. Characters like Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, but instead of following them, we're following the next generation type of thing. Fucking Boruto. Well, not exactly like that. I remember thinking it was the children of the Looney Tunes, but that's not really the case. Anyway, looking back at the show, it was pretty funny. It's self-aware and actually had some jokes I couldn't catch as a kid. They even have this episode where Bugs, Plucky, and Hampton get tanked off of one beer, then they steal a cop car, drive it off a cliff, and die. What, don't believe me? It's real, look!
Bottoms up. Ugh. Now you. Look. Blue? You mean like steal the car, risk going to jail? Sounds like fun.
Yeah, I told you. Now, Tiny Toons was released on a few systems, with a variety of different games, but today we're looking at the Super Nintendo game, Buster Busts Loose. So the game starts with the setup of Babs and Buster Bunny, breaking the fourth wall, something they would do a lot in the show itself. So it's doing a fair job of feeling similar to the source material, at least. Your first level is the Acme Luniversity, the school level, and where you get to learn the real main mechanic of the game. So Buster has a dash meter that lets you run through some enemies, move faster, and the real trick is run up walls. Luckily, the dash meter refills quickly, so you never need to hold on to it like it's a precious resource. This actually makes for a pretty fast-paced platformer. Not like Sonic fast, but decently speedy. You also have this weird spin kick attack. You can't just jump on enemies like it's Mario, you need to flip kick them. It's odd at first, but it's easy to understand after you mess with it. So you go through the levels like a normal platformer, no power-ups or anything. The game definitely leans on the easier side. You get a bunch of cameos from other characters like this muscle dog.
Here now and see me next week. I'll pump you up myself, you nappy-pappy baby fluffy nothing.
What a guy.
Then later you see Hampton, and then the first boss is actually Dizzy Devil, and you gotta bump food into his mouth till he passes out. This technique is known to also work on me, so I understand. In between each level, you get this wheel spin that determines the minigame you play. These minigames give you extra lives. Now, let's see, we got Plucky, which is honestly the most boring one. It's bingo, but it's just a slow, boring game where you just press A. This is less of a minigame and more just, I don't know, a coin flip or something would have been better. Oh well. Second level is the Wild West. And I gotta say, I'm already digging this version of the theme song. There's also this jump rope segment. It's nothing huge, but I remember thinking how cool it was as a kid. The goal is to just jump rope. Just something that I always remembered about the game. Then the second half of this level is the Crazy Train segment. You're freaking dashing over mountains, making your way to the head of the train. There's even parts where the train is detaching and the bridge is breaking, and you have to hop from one to the other. Honestly, the jump in difficulty from the first level is noticeable. If you mess up, you just die. But if you persevere and you make it to the engine. And this was also cool because the boss of this level is the train engine itself. You have to fight your way across the engine. I like that. Then Buster and Max jump out into this old hand car, crank it till they reach 88 miles per hour, and they blast off! I obviously didn't know it as a kid, but it's a funny Back to the Future reference. Alright, it's bonus time. What do we get? No! More bingo. Ugh. Next level is the Spooky Mansion level. I love the atmosphere and the more spooky music. I'm a sucker for this type of thing in video games. Sadly, most of this level is actually kind of boring and straightforward. You can do a little trick here to skip some time. I found that out as a kid. That was pretty cool. And then the boss here is another interesting thing. You knock these bolts into the machine till it breaks the mind control. At least each boss in this game feels pretty different in what you have to do. I will say though, the sudden music change sort of ruins the mood this level was establishing. It's like audio whiplash. Okay, another bonus round. Come on. Are you kidding me? Ah! Then we get this admittedly fun level, where we need to reach the end by passing or dashing past everyone and making it to the end zone. I did as good in this level as I would in real life. Dang. Crap. Damn. Oh, come on. What the hell? Oh, piss off. Alright, fuck off. Okay, what a... Fuck! But that's it. That's the level. Once you do it, it's done. And yes, I got the plucky bingo bongo bullshit again. Then you have this Ascend to the Sky level, and it's nothing too crazy. You just keep moving on up. Hampton will drop these bubbles and you can climb up. There's a segment where you ride a little blimp for a while. But honestly, it's sort of simple and honestly not all that great. The music's also kind of laid back and chill, so it's not, I don't know, not really intense or anything. Well, that is until you make it to the second half. Oh, this second half. I died in this spot tons of times. The way the auto speedrun thing works, I would always overshoot and die. Over, and over, and over, and over. I got it finally, but I was getting pretty freaking butthurt by the time I finished it. Oh look, bingo again. Bingo 5 times. Is that a bingo in of itself? I guess that's it for the minigames. I would talk about the other minigames, but the game refused to show them to me, so I guess neither of us get to see them. The last level is super heavily inspired by Star Wars. Everything is future space tech, the enemies look like stormtroopers. It's a weird last level, but okay. I do love these big laser nukes you have to hide behind, but overall, honestly, the level is kinda meh. I feel after the train segment in level 2, the designs were more meh. There's this reverse gravity thing, but it's just a quick gimmick. I like how later you have this choice between a hard course and an easy course to get to the top, like a choose-your-own-adventure moment. Now, I obviously went with the hard course because I'm a pro gamer dude, but I got stomped several times. Had a quick cry, and then did the easy path. The final battle is with Darth Plucky here, and it's actually kind of hard. You have to hit him with the laser without hitting yourself, and it spins around and Plucky moves a lot. I mean, look at it. It's pretty hectic. But once you zap him enough times, Babs is freed with her Princess Leia hair, and the game wraps up. You get a little fourth wall breaking segment again, as per usual, and then it ends and we enter the credits. Overall, not a bad game for young gamers. Bam! Game 4 in the books. A simple light romp through the Tiny Toons world. If you enjoyed the cartoon, or you just enjoy some easy platforming with interesting set pieces, this is a fair enough game to spend some time with. I can't say it's some great hidden gem or anything, but it's not bad. I guess this would be a simple, middle-of-the-road game. It gets a few extra points for trying different things. I liked the idea of the football level, even though I was absolute trash at it. Well, we are very close to finishing the first handful of games that made a strong nostalgic impact on me. But this next game, Super Mario Bros. 3, is a contender for my favorite video game of all time, and it's easily my favorite Mario game. We'll look into that amazing classic in the next episode. Now, this is where I would ask you to like and subscribe, but I'm sure you've already did that, right? So, till then, I still have nostalgia to chase. Stay safe out there. Peace.